Hello, viewers. I don't know whether to say Wahala Day. Wahala Day. I see danger. With the way this particular NNAMDI Kanu'S case is going. According to NNAMDI Kanu, the detained leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, he said he would rather remain in detention rather than face trial by a biased court. That's to say, Bintanyako cannot try him again. This is according to a letter he wrote personally from the DSS custody, and he gave to his lawyer to present, that he would rather remain there permanently. So he's not afraid of the being there anymore. I know what that means. Sit at home will continue for long. Sit at home in your Igbo. That is why I said I see danger. Because it appears the Nigerian judiciary are not ready to change Bintanyako. They are insisting that it must be Bintanyako who continues to try NNAMDI Kanu'S case. Now let's look at the key points of the letter he wrote. Rejection of biased trial. Kanu vowed not to submit to any trial by a judge of a court whose jurisdiction doesn't meet constitutional standard. He expressed his preference to remain in detention for life, even if it meant waiting for a proper and impartial court. Okay, it's not that he's not trying to go to court, but then, you know, the whole Bintanyako process, they're up and down, as if nothing is going to move. A lot of things have happened. It's like it is back to square one. Now, let's look at the other thing. Accusation of executive and judicial fraud. Kanu highlighted what he described as a series of executive and judicial frauds against him since his extraordinary rendition in 2021. You remember 3 judges ruled on this matter. They said since the case is that of an extraordinary rendition, they squashed it off. But the federal government brought their own, you see a kind of trying to impede a ruling, trying to stop a ruling that has been given. So the whole thing is like joke, like bringing him to court up and down every day as if nothing is going to move. Now, still, we are trying to dissect his letter. Now, he said the other one, contempt for court order. He referenced a prior ruling by a federal high court in Abuja, which stated that IPOB is not an unlawful group. Kanu claims that the government did not appeal the decision. And instead, the former Attorney General Abubakar Malami conspired to proscribe IPOB as a terrorist group. You see? So everything is like they are joking with him. Oh, bring that goat to court, take him back to custody, bring him, just like somebody taking his goat to eat in a particular field, take him back. The goat remains like that. They are not making a headway. IPOB proscribed. Meanwhile, killer headsmen, they are there, killing and killing. Still planning ahead to how to invade the southern forests. Now, let's go to another reason based on his letter. Unconstitutional rendition and detention. Kanu recalled the Federal High Court's declaration that his extraordinary rendition and detention were unconstitutional. This is where I've spoken about this. Constituting a violation of his fundamental rights. The court had ordered the government to apologize and compensate him rather than continuing trying him, bringing back Bintanyako, who has recused herself from the case, bringing her back to come and continue the trial. To him, I think this trial should not continue. Now, he also made mention of disregard of appeal court judgment. Kanu pointed out that the Court of Appeal had previously stated that courts must check executive lawlessness and that his abduction from Kenya divests any court of jurisdiction to try him. He alleges the government connived to undermine judgment. that was actually the basis upon which the three judges who squashed it off passed their ruling. That was the basis upon what they did. But Nigeria is crooked. Yes, Nigeria has crooked people in all positions. They brought somebody who will squash that particular ruling. And they moved out those judges to a particular place, away from Abuja, from appeal court, the federal high court. They moved them away and did their own ruling again. Now, another thing he stated in his letter, call for an impartial judge. Kanu believes his case is being intentionally withheld from justice who will deliver impartial justice, even if it meant a loss for the federal government. Let me use this opportunity to ask the federal government, is it only Binta Nyako that can try NNAMDI Kanu's case? Why not someone else get involved in the matter and let's see what happens? Must it be Binta Nyako? And you remember in the last sitting, NNAMDI Kanu alleged Binta Nyako's husband has this and that case to answer. So Binta Nyako is like, oh, they are pushing her against her will too, because she recused herself from the case. Maybe it's like, based on what we had, you have to do this or we keep trying your, we understand what happened. Are there no other judges who can handle the matter? Now, according to Kanu, on September 24th, 2024, he requested the recusal of the judge, who then removed herself from the case. Yes, Binta Nyako did remove herself from the case. However, instead of assigning the case to another judge, the chief judge of the Federal High Court, I think maybe Soho or so, he said he colluded with the government to send his case back to the recused judge, Binta Nyako. Meanwhile, a legal perspective on this matter. One barrister, Victor Obara, noted that a defendant cannot refuse trial or dictate who presides over their case, as the selection of who will oversee a case is the responsibility of the chief judge. He also addressed the possibility of a trial occurring in a defendant's absence, explaining that while the court can conduct trials in absentia, this practice is limited to specific situations. So what this person who is looking at the legal perspective of this matter is saying, one Victor Obara, is that NNAMDI Kanu does not have the right to decide who will try him. Now, there are also cases where people are tried in absentia. The people doesn't have to be there. But he said, these are special cases, not just every case. So, as you all heard, NNAMDI Kanu said, he can't be tried by Binta Nyako. He will rather remain in custody forever. And you know what that also means for the Southeast? Sit at home continues. Because those who announce the sit at home, who are enforcing it, are saying, until NNAMDI Kanu is out of there, Southeast, brace up. Because it's like there is a deadlock. The Nigerian government is not agreeing, and the NNAMDI Kanu, the defendants, they are not agreeing as well. What do we expect to see next? What do you think? Share this video widely. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. We'll be back again. I'm Azuka OJ. Bye-bye for now.